hopefully I am live. I am not sure what just happened. So I am just going to continue. My computer just did something quite funky. So hopefully we are good and we can continue. If you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Otherwise, we're going to have to probably start this all over again. Let me just peek over and see if we're live on Facebook. And I think we might be. Okay. So if you're logging on, say hi so I know you're here. I'm going to go ahead and point you over. Hopefully none of that in the beginning kind of got muffled with, I don't know what happened. That was really strange. Anyway, in the catalog, this is the brand new, amazing, beautiful catalog. We are going to be playing with the Unbounded Beauty. It's on page 52 and 53. And then if you flip it over to 54 and 55, you can see everything that's in the collection. It is so fun and absolutely gorgeous. And I love all of the dies. I'll show you guys what they look like close up. And the paper and the glimmer paper, oh, it is just all super magical. So that's what it looks like in the catalog. Let's bring in the stamp set. So it is a suite. And the gems that go with the suite are on back order right now. But you can still order the stamp set, the dies, the glimmer paper, the designer series paper, and I do have a handful of these. So if you order all of the stuff besides these, I will send you these in the mail. I only have a handful of them, so it's first come, first serve. But I love all of the sentiments and the dies that fit the sentiments, and then all of the beautiful flowers and the dies that match them. We actually used these ones in class couple Saturdays ago. So it was so fun and beautiful. We did all of these with the glimmer paper. So you got all 5 glimmer papers on one card using that. Yes, super magical. Okay, there's that. Good evening, Heather. Welcome. So I'm glad we are live and it is not playing tricks on me. So I saw this card online today and I don't know if it's the same measurements as what I saw online, but I kind of made it a little bit of my own. So it's happy birthday and I'm using all the designer series paper and the glimmer paper. And I usually don't stamp the inside, but I did because I wanted to focus on the stamp sets as well. So that's the card we're going to be making. Let me show you the designer series paper. I think I have already used probably 6 or 7 packs of this paper. I did one of the pillow gifts for the July retreat. I did it with it. So it is absolutely gorgeous and so fun. I honestly think Stampin' Up! Knocks it out of the ballpark when it comes to their designer series paper. So that's what it all looks like, the one side. And then you flip it over and you have even prettier paper on the opposite side. So there's that. And then, last but not least, is the glimmer paper that is in all the new in colors. So we have Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Pink something. I don't remember all of the names yet, and I didn't bring all the inks over with me. And Shy Shamrock. And this little guy, I think I've used most of this guy, is Summer Splash. So if you like glitter paper like I do, you'll definitely love it. Okay, let's get crafting. So I did write down all of the measurements before I went live, but I will go over them with you as well. This is Summer Splash, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. We have 2 pieces of our basic white, and it's 3 3/4 by 5. We have a piece of Petunia Pop. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. I had to think about it. I didn't write these down. I'm doing it all from memory. And then we have 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch wide by 5.5 by 4.5. And this one is 1 1/4 by 4.5. I know lots of measurements. You don't have to write all these down. They're in the description. Glimmer paper is 1 by 4 1/4. and then another piece of your designer series paper that's 3/4 of an inch by 4. So let's get putting this card together. So you're going to want your Petunia Pop, and it is going to go, sorry, I had to turn my phone on vibrate. So we're going to flip it over and use the back side for the edges, and we're going to use the flower side for the middle. That's how easy this card is to put together. It looks like it's pretty complicated, but I promise you it's not. So I'm just going to flip this over and add some adhesive to the back, and it looks like I have a booger in my ink, or my glue. Let's pull that out. Yep, there is a big ol', yep, now it's going to come eking out. But sometimes you have to get that little glob out of the inside. So I'm just going to lay this to one side. And then I'm going to do the opposite side just so I can make sure I kind of get the bigger piece centered. There we go. And then we just have to do this inside piece. I think the hardest part about this card is making sure you're gluing the right side down. But I don't think you can go wrong on any of the sides. So there is that piece. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this to one of the basic white pieces. And I have heard some talk about our new Glimmer paper that you can use our liquid glue on it. But I am still kind of old school and still believe that nothing sticks to Glimmer paper but mini glue dots. I haven't tried it to tell you if it works using the glue, so I'm just going to go with what I know works and put mini glue dots on the back. And this is going to get, and you can use either side of your designer series paper for the little piece that goes on the Glimmer. Okay. So that is done. We'll set that aside. Let's bring this in and we will do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to start with the Summer Splash, and I'm going to do the kind of leaves or stems. There's that. And then I'm going to scooch this over to this side. Actually, I don't think we need that anymore. The only thing we're using that one for. Now I'm going to bring in the Petunia Pop and ink up the center just for the flowers. There we go. And then I brought in May All Your Wishes Come True. And I'm just going to stamp this right in the center. So the inside is done now. And then I brought in, this is from the same set. It's one of the dies that fit your sentiments. And I'm just going to come in and stamp Happy Birthday. And now we can put the card together. I swear to you, this card is so easy and it is so beautiful. So let's fold our card base in half. And we're going to give it a nice, good score. And now we can just start gluing our pieces together. I'm going to put this right in the center. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals and I'm going to pop up the piece that goes across. And I'm going to kind of center it. There we go. Now we can go ahead and glue this down, but I want it to sit on top of this little strip that I laid down, but I don't want to use dimensionals. So what I'm going to do is put some dimensionals at the top, and I'm going to put a smidgen of glue down here at the bottom just to give it a little bit more stability. Good evening, Monique. Welcome. This is definitely a gorgeous set. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. So before we do the inside, before I glue the inside piece in, I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to grab 2 of the gems. You can use either the Summer Splash or the Petunia Pop. Let's go ahead and open this. And we can glue this in. If you're just logging on, don't worry. I'm going to make another one for you so you can see how easy this card is to put together. And it is absolutely gorgeous. So there you go. There's one. Let's do one more, and then I will let everybody get back to their Tuesday evening. I already went through all of the measurements, so if you want that, it is in the description, or you can re-watch the Facebook Live. Okay, let's flip these over and just kind of eyeball it before you glue it down. That's kind of how I do it. Okay, those 2 look pretty good. We can start with this one. I'm going to glue this to the left side. Go over to the right. Thank you, Beverly. Yes, it is so gorgeous. I know videos and pictures really don't do these things justice, but once you get it in your hot little hands, you are going to fall in love with it. I know I have. There we go. Okay, scooch that over to the side and bring this in. I like to sometimes, instead of in the beginning of a video, I put this on each one of them. What you can do is just pull out your mini dimensionals or mini glue dots, lay this on, and then it'll take all 4 off at once. So that's a little trick. I don't know if it's a trick, but I do like to do that sometimes. There we go. So all of that is done. Let's glue this to our first piece of basic white. And then we'll do some stamping on the other one before we glue it in. So let's bring in the Summer Splash and our little vine or leaves or branch, whatever you want to call it. And then let's bring in our Petunia Pop. And I stamped the sentiment after I did the leaves just so I could position it correctly. You don't have to. You can stamp it right in the middle, which would be totally fine as well. But if you're wondering, that's why I did that. There we go. And let's not forget our happy birthday. Perfect. And this one, I think I'm going to use the Summer Splash gems. Line up your edges. Let's glue this down. Perfect. Let's flip this over and grab some dimensionals. And make sure we're not putting the flowers upside down. I almost just did that. I'm only putting dimensionals up at the top because I'm going to tuck this over and I don't want it to be too thick for the meal. So I'm just putting a smidgen of glue at the bottom just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Let's put this on the inside. and voila, we will be done. You could stamp your envelopes or use some of the designer series paper to do your envelopes as well. And you could use any of these 2 colors of gems, but the designer series paper, oh, I forgot to tuck this underneath it. What in the world? On both of them. I am such a goofball. Let's see if I can squeeze that in. They were sitting right beside me too, and I totally spaced it. You guys need to be here yelling at me, saying you forgot a step. I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze that in. Maybe. I might. Might stick up a little bit at the top. Actually, we're going to do something we shouldn't do on a Facebook Live. I'm going to tear that off because I think that's what's holding it. There we go. Okay, I'll glue that down later. But that's what it's supposed to look like. It does look beautiful like this, that I totally forgot to put that little gem. It was sitting right beside me too. I cannot believe I forgot to do that. But that's what it's supposed to look like. It wouldn't be a Facebook Live if I didn't forget something or make a mistake. But it's okay. That's what makes all of us human, right? I will put that under there after the live as well. But they're so fun and different and just kind of it puts a smile on your face. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. This one I did the same designer series paper, and these ones I did the center version of it. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me and me being silly, but you guys need to send me a message next time. You forgot a step. Don't forget, because I totally did. Anyway, thank you for joining. I do have another fun project for Thursday at 7, so don't forget. I will be live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you fun new projects. If you need any help with anything, please feel free to reach out. We'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye.